The night sky erupted with brilliant blue light. Dr. Eliza Weiss stared through her telescope, her hands trembling as she adjusted the focus. Something was happening to the moon. Something impossible. "This can't be right," she whispered, stepping back from her equipment. The seismograph beside her desk continued its frantic dance, recording lunar tremors that shouldn't exist. For 3 days, the strange readings had been coming in from the lunar monitoring station. At first, everyone at NASA dismissed it as equipment failure. The moon didn't have earthquakes, at least, not like this. But now, as Eliza watched the pale surface begin to split with glowing blue fractures, she knew they had all been wrong. She reached for her phone with shaking fingers and dialed her supervisor. "Director Chen, you need to see this. The moon, it's breaking apart." 12 hours later, the world knew. News channels broadcast continuous footage of the moon, now visibly crisscrossed with luminous blue lines. In Times Square, thousands gathered to watch the giant screens showing live feeds from observatories around the world. Similar scenes played out in cities across the globe: Beijing, Moscow, London, Cairo. Humanity collectively held its breath. "We're tracking multiple fracture points expanding across approximately 78% of the lunar surface," announced Dr. James Reynolds, chief astronomer at the International Space Observatory, during an emergency UN broadcast. "We cannot yet determine if this is a natural phenomenon, though I must emphasize that nothing in our understanding of lunar geology can explain what we're witnessing." Religious leaders proclaimed the end times. Scientists offered competing theories. Military forces worldwide went on high alert. If the moon shattered, the debris alone could devastate Earth. In her observatory in New Mexico, Eliza hadn't slept in 36 hours. Her eyes burned as she cataloged each new fracture, each bizarre energy reading. The data made no sense. The moon wasn't just cracking, it was transforming. Dr. Weiss, her assistant Marco, called from across the room. "The Pentagon is on line 3. They want your assessment of potential impact scenarios." Eliza picked up the phone, but before she could speak, Marco shouted, "Look at the monitor." On the screen, something new was happening. The fractures had stopped spreading. Instead, the shattered sections of the lunar surface were beginning to separate, rising upward in perfectly geometric patterns. "It's not random," Eliza breathed into the phone. "These aren't natural breaks. They're designed." The Pentagon official on the other end went silent. Across the world, military commanders ordered missiles to stand ready. Evacuation orders emptied coastal cities as experts warned of potential tsunami threats if large lunar sections impacted the oceans. Fighter jets patrolled skies, though no one could say what they were defending against. In orbit, astronauts aboard the International Space Station had the clearest view. Commander Sarah Chen transmitted video that immediately went viral worldwide. The moon's surface was separating into perfect hexagonal sections, each slowly lifting away from what lay beneath. President Adams addressed the nation from the Oval Office. "My fellow Americans, we face an unprecedented moment in human history. We do not yet understand what is happening to our moon, but I assure you that every resource of this government is being deployed. We ask for calm as our scientists work to." The broadcast cut off as millions of viewers switched to breaking news. The moon's transformation had accelerated dramatically. In mission control at Houston, technicians stared open-mouthed at their monitors. The lunar surface wasn't collapsing inward as expected. Instead, the hexagonal plates were rotating outward, like the opening petals of a mechanical flower. "This is impossible," whispered Flight Director Carlos Mendez. "The moon's mass. It should be collapsing in on itself." But the impossible continued unfolding before their eyes. As the plates rotated outward, bright light began spilling through the widening gaps, illuminating Earth with beams brighter than any full moon.